Ooh, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku, and in this video we'll be going over the Mandibuzz raid boss, how you can defeat it, and also watching how we've defeated it as well. And I say we, well, it's going to be a good joke for later on. First of all, I apologise if I sound tired. It is basically 2 AM and I'm trying to make this guide as most informative and as fast as possible to help those who need it. But we did just also get our butt whooped at least 2 times trying it, and then we won the 3rd time. But we're going to be going over all the information that we know about the raid fight, all the counters that we know about as well, and also showing the fight that we did. And by we, I mean once again, there's going to be a great joke. You're going to find out. Alright, we got the biggest carry of our lives near the end. Alright, so let's start with the simple information first. Okay, so the Mandibuzz raid boss, obviously it's a dark flying typing. Its weaknesses are rock, fairy, electric and ice. Obviously in PokeMMO currently we do not have fairy types, so the weaknesses being rock, electric and ice. Alright, so Mandibuzz's hidden ability is weak armor, however it doesn't use that in the raid fight, it actually uses the ability Overcoat. So Overcoat makes the Pokemon immune to residue damage from weather conditions, especially hail and sandstorm. So the moveset behind Mandibuzz is actually Dark Pulse, Air Cutter, Snarl and Heat Wave. Alright, so before we give away any more information on the Mandibuzz raid, it's obviously vital to know where it is. So obviously, as per usual, I show everything in Kanto, so that's where we're going to be going. We are at 7 Island. And it's actually at the Sea Vault Canyon bit, so if we just go down a little bit here and use a nice little juicy repel, just gonna cut through all this grass. Look at that technique! Anyways, we're just going through this little bit here and you'll see the raid fight just below us there, look, and everyone's queuing up for it. So here we are at Sea Vault Canyon, 7 Island, and this is where the raid boss fight is for Kanto. I don't actually know where it is for other regions. There's obviously like a big guide out there. I think Eliza has also made a written guide on the forums of where these things are. You can absolutely go look there if you're looking for the other regions. But for Kanto, it's Sea Vault Canyon, 7 Island. Alright, so let's move on to the free moves that actually it gets off, and I'm talking about FREE. I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3, okay, I know my accent is strong, but the free moves that it gets off. So at 100% HP, it has this thing called Strong Winds. So if your Pokemon is flying in the air, or it weighs too little, it can actually get thrown to the back of your team. So, you know, it switches out without your consent. I know, it's crazy. But if your Pokemon weighs enough, it'll actually stay in the fight and won't take this damage. So for instance, like Entei, Raikou, and all that sort of thing, is actually heavy enough to stay in the fight. But if you've got something like a Luxray, like I do for example, it can actually be too light and it'll be whirlwinded to the back of your team and take some damage. So at 75% HP threshold, it'll actually let off a nasty plot AoE as well, so it's a special nasty plot. So it'll raise the user's special attack by 2 stages, but this actually affects its team as well, so if there's ads out protecting this Mandibuzz at the time, they will also receive the 2 special attack stat up. At 50% HP threshold, it'll unleash a Tailwind special as well. This basically gives it an unlimited amount of turns with Tailwind, so it doesn't go away. So that does mean they're going to be attacking you first every turn. So at 25% HP, it'll unleash another nasty plot special. So once again, it can give special attack up by 2 stages for the whole team. One extra information I want to give is that it holds the item Wise Glasses, which can increase its special attack as well. So let's go over a couple of strategies that I definitely didn't use in my raid fight, but obviously I can tell you about them so that you and your friends or you and random people can have a good chance at this fight. For example, don't do what I did, which was send out a Prankster Dark type or whatever to try and switch the items, because it is unaffected by Prankster because it's a Dark type Pokemon. It just isn't affected by it and it's just a waste of your time. As we've gone over, it does do the Strong Winds move, so if you've got heavier Pokemon, obviously that's really good as well, so you won't get the nasty tornado attack damage on you and unconsented throwbacks of your team. Obviously it's going to use Nasty Plot quite a few times, so you might want to bring something that can reset stats, like for example a Haze move, which would reset the stats. That'd be great. And then at near 50% HP it gets that infinite Tailwind, so it would be good to make sure that you guys on your team also have a Tailwind behind you as well, so that you're back on equal playing fields. Ultimately, for us, this raid came down to the fact of having good support Pokemon with us, as well as, like, you know, putting up the reflect, the light screens, all that kind of business as well. Also having the Tailwind behind you, and not forgetting about its weaknesses being Rock, Fairy, Electric and Ice. You know, we'll just ignore Fairy, but it is Rock, Electric and Ice, of course. Some of the mons we used which were really good, obviously we used a lot of Ice and Electric type mons. So for example, I brought a Vanillux with me, which obviously had the Snow Warning, which brought a Blizzard to help us with some of the, the Ice type moves and also keep a bit of defense for us. We brought Articuno with us, which was really good for the Ice types and also had like Tailwind, etc. We had a Zapdos with us, so the electric moves would hit hard and also have Tailwind. And we brought other Pokemon like Luxray and Jolteon for the pure electric damage. However, it was worth noting that a lot of these things are flying, or a lot of these things are light-weighted, so they would get shifted out. One great electric type mon that was good for this raid and didn't get switched out was Raikou, for example, as it weighed just enough that it wouldn't get switched out, but also did enough damage that it was actually really good to bring it. One true trump card for this matchup actually was a Shiftry, and I'm not kidding when I say this. If we try and look up a Shiftry right now and look at the ability, it has this Wind Rider ability, so it boosts the attack when absorbing a wind move or when Tailwind takes effect, for example, okay? So although it is worth noting that this is going to be patched so the AI aren't as silly, but if you bring out this Shiftry with a Wind Rider thing going on here, your attack will go insane, because the AI love using these AoE sort of wind attacks on you. So obviously you're going to get really well boosted, and obviously with a Tailwind behind you as well, it's insane. Again, notably in our raid fight, you'll see at the end of this video, you'll see this Shiftry carry us to victory. It is the true GOAT. I'm not even kidding, it was insane. We actually really didn't deserve the win, but we got it anyway. But as I say, there's some strats for you. There's all the information that we know on the Mandibuzz. I hope you enjoy this raid. I hope that you and your friends can do it. If you're random queuing, good luck to you. I salute you, because that is absolutely painful. But just a brief little cut down, don't forget, so Rock, Ice and Electric type mons are really strong against it. It will use a lot of special attacks against you. It will power up against you quite often with Nasty Plot. It will Tailwind as much as it can, etc. as well. One great move for this raid as well was Power Swap. The user employs its psychic power to switch changes to its attack and special attack with its target. So obviously if Mandibuzz is like really powering up, then you can use Power Swap and switch over, which is fantastic for this raid. So again, Power Swap, great. Tailwind, great. You want to get your screens up to protect your team as well. Having some weather up as well to protect your team a little bit as well as do more damage is really good as well. One key thing I would say as well, make sure you don't bring any mons with Lightning Rod on it, as that will counter you heavily, obviously, for you and your team. Do not bring Lightning Rod. As I say, one of the most goated Pokemon that we had in the team was Shiftry with that Wind Rider, as it was really strong and in fairness was practically a win button, but the devs are aware that that is the case and the AI is playing a bit silly, so maybe don't hold your hopes up on just the Shiftry. So there you go, I'm just going to bring up our raid now. You can watch me get absolutely demolished and you can watch Shiftry absolutely carry. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another video. See ya!